Tonight, we are going to talk about something simple, something quiet, something slow. We are going back to the Middle Ages, to the everyday lives of medieval peasants. There will be no wars, no kings, and no dramatic stories. Only cold nights, dark rooms, and ordinary people trying to stay warm. You don't need to focus. You don't need to remember anything. Just let the words drift by as you slowly relax. Winter was the hardest time. Food was limited, light was rare, and warmth was never guaranteed. Nights were long, especially in winter. Darkness came early and stayed. Most peasants lived in small cottages built from wood, mud, and straw. The roofs were made from thatch, dried grass or reeds carefully layered to keep out rain and snow. Inside, there was usually just one room. One room for cooking, sleeping, eating, and living. There were no hallways and no separate bedrooms, just one shared space. In the center of the room, there was a small fire. It burned wood or peat or dried animal dung. Fuel was precious, so the fire stayed small. Smoke rose slowly, escaping through gaps in the roof. The air was thick, warm near the fire, and cool near the walls. During winter, animals were often brought inside, cows, sheep, and goats, not for comfort, but for warmth. Their bodies gave off heat, and their breath warmed the air. They stood quietly in the dark, breathing slowly and occasionally shifting their weight. These sounds were familiar, comforting, and normal. The floor was dirt covered with straw. New straw was added again and again until it formed a soft layer. Beds were simple wooden frames or piles of straw. Families slept close together, parents, children, and sometimes grandparents. Not for closeness, but for warmth. Peasants slept fully dressed, wool tunics, thick leggings, and heavy socks. Wool was itchy, heavy, and uncomfortable, but it held warmth even in damp air. Some wore hats to bed to stop heat from escaping. There were no lights. Candles were expensive and used only when necessary. When the fire dimmed, darkness filled the room. Complete darkness. No screens, no clocks, and no glowing lights. People slept when their bodies were ready. Sleep often came in two parts. A first sleep, then a quiet waking. Someone might rise slowly, add wood to the fire, or say a short prayer. Then they returned to sleep. Outside, the village was silent. Snow softened every sound. Inside, there was breathing, a faint crackle from the fire, an animal settling. These sounds meant safety. Dinner was set. Bread, porridge, and root vegetables. Warm food helped the body relax. After eating, there was nothing else to do. So sleep came naturally. Life moved slowly. Each day felt similar. Wake. Now imagine that small cottage. The fire nearly out and the room quiet. Breathing slows and the cold stays outside. There is nothing you need to do. Just like the medieval peasants, you can let the night pass, one calm breath at a time. Rest now